Okay, referring back to the video where I was demonstrating doing a trade. And in that process, I changed my ask price from 30 cents to 40 cents. This morning, the market opened a little bit down, so I changed it back to 30 cents and the 10 sold immediately. I got an email from a user, hopefully a viewer. He's certainly on my newsletter mailing list. But anyway, he asked, how much profit did I make? And I'm going to put this as clearly as I can. I don't know, and I don't care. The reason is I'm concerned in free cash flow. To determine profit or loss, you've got to take a snapshot in time, what exists in that moment. And that's not the way business really works in reality. So free cash flow is a much better measure of your success, and you end up with some real money to spend. Now, if you want to call that profit, fine, you've taken it off the table. But otherwise, it stays in the spinning wheel. And I've addressed, there's a link to this called More About CFC. You really got to read that and then study the transaction set documentation to see how that accumulates and how a particular one trade, whether it makes a profit or loss, I don't care. I really don't care. Because that money's still in play and it's going and going and going. Now, true, in this last transaction set, I've had no contracts that weren't exercised, and that hurts. It's going to be very skinny free cash flow on this transaction set, unless something happens quickly. But most likely, those 28 contracts, 650 HPI contracts expire on Friday, will be exercised. So I'll be back totally in cash. I close that transaction set and move on. That doesn't change the fact that everything's still in play. But to get it, I don't know if you saw the movie Next, but he made a statement in there, said, once I've seen it, everything changes. That's a pretty good description of selling covered options. It's an ongoing process. So I had a member, a subscriber, who suggested setting a particular fixed limit. Like, for example, I've right now got 28 contracts active. All right, I set that as my target. I don't have any, I can't take anything out until I've at least equaled the target. And at that point, any free cash is, you can take it out and use it or buy more stock with it or whatnot. But anyway, the way you measure success is the number of contracts you can sign and the revenue it produces. That's it, pure and simple. Nothing else counts. I am not an investor. I'm a merchant. So I've got cost of goods sold and the revenue produced from that. And that's my free cash flow. But it's so simple. But granted, it's a little bit counterintuitive. It is. And certainly, if you've been an investor in the market for any length of time, it really does seem strange. All right, make some money.